And here is your host, K.L.P. Lucas.
Everyone, welcome back to another exciting show. This is the weekend show with your host K.L.P. Lucas, and this is the season 9 finale. Thank you. So I wanted to welcome everyone to the show this week because, again, it's season 9. Hopefully you guys are ready for this another exciting show here today. We have a little bit of things to talk about, some things that I want to review with you guys, or just talk about on today's show. But it is season 9. This summer season has been great. We had a lot of great things working out for us via K.L.P. Entertainment. A lot of good things in the works. Vibe Volume 2 is finished, and it's going to be released out October 20th, 2017. This coming October, Vibe Volume 2 is going to be released. We just finished it. Great album. I think this is actually going to be one of the best albums between the two that I ever produced. We have a whole bunch of singers and rappers into this album, so hopefully you guys are ready for this album because it's just going to be fire, just straight out fire here at K.L.P. Entertainment Host Stream Studios. I'm really happy that I did something like this because Vibe was one of the things that I really got into when I first did the first one and we were in production of it. I didn't know what I was doing. It was just hard to kind of comprehend it a little bit. Vibe Volume 1 has been great, but Volume 2 might be even better. So hopefully you guys are ready for that as well. Of course, Vibe Volume 2 is coming out this later this year, fall, October 20th. And of course, Out of Bounds was finished, so that movie comes out next month. Can you guys believe that Out of Bounds come out next month? So Out of Bounds is coming out next month, August 18th, 2017, that is next month. I can't wait for you guys to see that film. It's just going to be really, really awesome for you guys to see it. Out of Bounds, we've been working on that movie for months, and now that we finally finished the film, I can't wait. Of course, this season has been great. Classes have been going well. K.L.P. Entertainment's been going well. And as you guys seen it, this past, it's the weekend now, but today we have launched another photo for K.L.P. Entertainment. K.L.P. Entertainment has got some good ratings on the main website via skills and HDMI files and all of that stuff. So go check that out on K.L.P. Entertainment's website, Facebook, and Host Stream Studios' Facebook, and also K.L.P. Photography's Instagram, Facebook as well, because we have the ratings of that picture. We have so many good ratings for our main website, so just really, really excited. So we're going to talk about some good things here today, but we're going to get a little bit of the news out the way. Lucas Chat Podcast, if you guys missed it, Star Wars Battlefront 2, EA and DICE has answered us on Twitter. And of course, the Lucas Chat Podcast with your host, K.L.P. Lucas. Is Super Mario going to be a hit for Nintendo? Go check out those two podcast shows on YouTube at K.L.P. Entertainment, SoundCloud at K.L.P. Entertainment, and also on Instagram for the advertisement. So go check that out because me and Tyrus are going to collide together with the season finale of the Lucas Chat Podcast for the summer. So stay tuned for that as well. We're going to go in on that, which is going to be really, really, really awesome. With that podcast, with this certain specific topic for the season finale, we're going to collide together in one show. We wanted to show you guys here at K.L.P. Entertainment Host Stream Studios the new banners that you guys can find on all 4 of the websites. So please, let's take a look at these new banners. So yes, that is the banners for K.L.P. Entertainment. It is K.L.P. Entertainment in Media We Trust. That was one of the slogans. That's one of our slogans, of course, for introducing our new slogan. We have 2 slogans: in film we trust, and in media we trust. Media is just, social media, doing videos and content creating. So in media we trust. Everyone likes that on our Instagram account, so I just can't wait for it. Media We Trust. It's really, really good photography work done by K.L.P. Photography and good editing work done by Host Stream Studios. We're all a collaboration here at K.L.P. Entertainment, and we're creating some great things for you guys for the rest of this year and coming up 2018. So hopefully you guys love it. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to get into the juicy stuff. Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Season 9 finale of The Weekend Show with your host, Kennedy Lucas. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic weekend, and hopefully you guys are ready about what I'm going to talk about next. So, we have a couple things we're going to talk about here today, but we're going to go on and do our Netflix exclusive. So, as you guys know, last show I've done a Netflix exclusive of House of Cards, which got nominated for an Emmy. And now this week we're going to talk about another exciting show that you can also see on the CW, but it's also on Netflix Season 1 right now, so go check it out. It is a show called Riverdale. So Riverdale is a great show. I would recommend all my fans to watch that show. So the story kicks off where you have two twins. You have Jason and Cheryl Blossom, or the Blossom twins. Again, before I go on, spoiler alert to everyone who haven't seen the show. Please pause the show and go see the season 1. So then I can talk about it. You can come back. But spoiler alert. So there's the Blossom twins of Jason and Cheryl. Cheryl and Jason goes out to a boat ride, and Jason somehow, they say in the beginning, commits suicide. But it was actually a shooting murder investigation. So, as the story goes on, they get a new person coming in, and of course this new character, again, I'm going to try to remember these names, but Camila Mendez is her actual real name. I keep forgetting some of these characters' names here as I go on, but she comes into town. She used to be rich. Her and her parents, they used to be the rich ones from New York, but her dad gets in trouble and got in some legal binding trouble, and he's in prison. So she comes over, she moves to Riverdale with her mother. Her mother lived in Riverdale before she met a rich man and got married and moved to New York. So they come back to their roots because they don't have that money anymore. They're not poor, but they're just not as rich as they were. So that comes along that she comes to this school called Riverdale High. Of course, hence the name Riverdale. Goes to Riverdale High to meet all new friends like Archie. He is the character with the red hair. You have Betty, my personal favorite, played by Lily Reinhardt. I follow all of these casts on Instagram, so she's actually my favorite because she is so cute. I really do like her character. I like her now. She's so cute. I wish she was my age because but anyway. So you got her. You have her sister Polly. You won't see her sister until like later in the season. Her parents, of course. Let's see who else you have. Of course, the Blossom twins. You have Jughead, played by Cole Sprouse. Cole Sprouse is the one of the brothers for the Sprouse brothers from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and the Sweet Life movie and all of that. And the story kind of progressed. Jughead's father, he is in a gang. He's in a gang, and he's alcoholic, and he's just trouble, but that's his father. He's trying to get right, but at the end, he doesn't really get right. Jughead is the independent person who finds his way. He works, he used to work at the drive-in movie theater, but they closed it down via the mayor. The mayor is one of the key characters into the show, and then her daughter is Josie, and she formed Josie and the Pussycat Dolls at Riverdale High. It's like a little singing group at the high school. And as the story progressed, Betty likes Archie, but Archie doesn't like Betty back in that way. They've been great friends, and of course, Archie tends to go for Betty's friend, played by Camila Mendez. I can't remember her name right now. I hate that I can't remember her name. So that kind of happens at the after party at Cheryl, the Blossom house. It was an after party, and she kisses Archie, and then they're in the closet, and then Betty leaves because Betty's a little bit upset because she likes Archie, and then another chick just kind of come in and swooped him away from her. Of course, there is a gay character in the show. I can't remember his name, but he ends up finding the body of Jason in the Riverdale River, and a shotgun wound to his forehead. So, as you guys know, it was a murder investigation now. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't, committing suicide. It was a shotgun wound. So somebody, possibly in season 2, they're going to explain that somebody shot him. Towards the end, of course, everything kind of goes into chaos. Betty's parents are going crazy because Betty's parents doesn't like her sister Polly because Polly used to date Jason back in the day. And after, back in the day, before she went crazy. They say that she went crazy, but she was actually pregnant in the season. So it's just so much unfolding this, so much. Of course, the story goes back to Betty's father and the Blossoms' father as well, because they hate each other because they were both working with each other with producing maple syrup. And that's how the Blossoms got their fortune, because they made maple syrup for Riverdale, and that's like the hit product in Riverdale. So that's how they get their fortunes. And of course, you know, the Blossoms' dad gets mad at Betty's and dad, and of course they kind of goes back to history with their both grandfathers fighting, and one killed the other. So it's just so much goes on to this season. As this show it made on TV Guide magazine, so that tells you something, that the show really does work. And I can't wait to see when they release season 2 for Netflix, because everybody pretty much watched the show on Netflix, unless you have CW. You can kind of catch it on CW, but you can always see it on Netflix. So can't wait for season 2, because that season is going to be really, really good. And I can't wait for a lot of shows like 13 Reasons Why season 2. I cannot wait for that stuff. One thing that really got to me, that surprised me at the beginning, that is an Archie Comics series. So Archie Comics made the series in comic books, and now they're bringing it to life in real world life people, and they're using actual actors. So that's one thing that I didn't really know about. I didn't know it was Archie Comics. I thought it was just another original story, but that's pretty cool. I follow majority of the cast on Instagram, because that's a good show. I really do like. I want to see Betty get crazy. You know, I have a feeling that Betty will be more crazy in season 2, and I just can't wait for it. Camila Mendez's character, again, I'm sorry if you're watching the show. I'm really upset that I can't remember your character's name right now. But I want to see how she unfolds. Does she get up with Archie? Archie, again, one thing I forgot to mention, Mrs. Grundy is one of the teachers that teaches at Riverdale, well, used to teach at Riverdale High School. And Archie and Mrs. Grundy had a little affair, you know? So, you know, that kind of tells you like that he likes older women. So, you know, it's a lot of stuff that goes on to the show that just, it really gets onto it. So please, go check it out right now on Netflix. If you have one, Riverdale Season 1, go check it out. Thank you. So, one more thing we're going to talk to you guys about before we go on another commercial break is Spider-Man Homecoming. So, I went to go to the premiere of the private screening of the movie, and the movie was great. So, let me tell you a little bit about that again. Guys, this show is spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. So if you haven't seen the movie, don't hear what I'm about to say, because I'm about to spill the beans a little bit. So, Spider-Man Homecoming starts off, again, Peter Parker, Spider-Man, in his younger days of high school. He meets so many good characters. He has a best friend. It kind of reminds me of one of our friends here on campus. Zendaya plays Michelle, MJ. I do believe that she will later become Mary Jane. Peter Parker's, I think it was his second love, if I'm correct. Because I know Quinn might have been his first love, but his second love, Mary Jane, Michelle, is, you know, towards the end of the movie, she says that people call me MJ, so that's probably Mary Jane. Her character was very funny. She really nailed it. The dark character in the show that just doesn't care about anything but herself. So it's really funny. But I have a feeling that in the movie she likes Peter Parker, played by Tom Holland. Of course, Robert Downey Jr. is in the movie. He doesn't make a guest appearance. He's just in the movie. I'm really glad that they're really expanding like the comics, because if you read back in the comments, Iron Man and Spider-Man, they both live in New York. Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark doesn't live. His house is in California, but his tower is in New York. So we'll just say that he lives in New York and California. But in the comments, Iron Man and Spider-Man, they both live in New York. They're from the same time zone, so they kind of collide together in some of the comics. So I'm really glad in the movie they really expand out more to it. And you have, of course, Robert Downey Jr. playing as Tony Stark. Funny as ever, you know, like he's always funny in every movie he does, I think, in my opinion. So it's really good that he is in the movie. Towards the end of the movie, you see Pepper. Thank God you see Pepper Potts in this movie, because she took a break from Tony Stark. She took a break from Iron Man and Marvel for a minute. After, after Iron Man 3, I never really see her in movies after that until Spider-Man Homecoming. So as she makes her appearance towards the end, of course, they needed a version. Again, spoiler alert for all of you guys who haven't seen the movie. But Spider-Man, Tony Stark asks Peter Parker, Spider-Man, that, hey, I made you a new suit. Become an Avenger. So he says, okay, that's cool, but I'm your neighborhood Spider-Man. Like, I want to go back to New York. I want to be that type of hero. So he goes back, and of course, they have a big announcement, and they need to make something up. So, Happy Hogan, this head of security, has a ring, you know, a little diamond ring that he's been holding since 2008, gives it to Tony Stark for the version that Tony Stark and Pepper's getting married for their announcement in the movie. That was kind of cool because it kind of shows a message that will they finally get married in future Marvel movies. So it says a lot. I don't know if they're going to do Iron Man 4. I don't believe there probably will be a 4th installment for Iron Man, but it's really cool that they're doing something like that, of course. Main villain, Vulture is this character who's the mechanic who got laid off at his job, and he found some spare parts from the previous movie of the Avengers, the first movie, when they attack in New York, and they found all these spare alien parts, and he collects it all and builds this little flying machine, and he sells arms to the black market and becomes Vulture, one of the main Spider-Man villains. So kind of makes sense, just like the comics. You know, I'm really glad that they're implementing a lot from the comics into this movie. Of course, you also see Stan Lee in the film. Stan Lee, I don't know if he's watching this show, but if he is, I'm really sorry about your loss. I read it all over Twitter and all over the radio. People's been talking about it right after this movie came out. Stan Lee lost somebody in his family, so you know, K.L.P Entertainment here, we want to spend some time and praying over the Lee family out there, because I know losing somebody in the family is hard. And he's probably going through some hard time, because after the movie he was happy because he's in the movie, he has a scene, and he's getting this money because he's one of the executive producers, and now he has a death in the family. It's like, okay, dang, you know, I just had a good week and now I'm having a bad week. So Stanley, my props out to you. I don't know him personally. I just know he's in every movie. He's one of the Marvel creators. So, you know. So the movie is really, really good. Go check it out. Spider-Man Homecoming is out right now. It's fire. I would recommend you see it in 3D, but it's fantastic. We're going to go to a quick commercial break, but when we come back, we have a little bit more to talk about R. Kelly. Stay tuned. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Season 9 finale of The Weekend Show with your host, Kennedy Lucas. Now, it was brought to my attention today that R. Kelly is in not some trouble, but some weird stuff. So, long story short, he met somebody from Atlanta. I don't really know her name, but I read the article on BuzzFeed, and he met somebody from Atlanta who was trying to be in the singing career. Took her to Chicago and back to Atlanta for a tour to see how she can get in the singing career. And they say in BuzzFeed that R. Kelly might be holding her hostage as a cult. So, as you guys know, R. Kelly, great singer. I have a lot of his songs on my iPod, but he's been in some trouble. He's been peeing on people. He has some sexual assault lawsuits on him. And now you have this. I say to all of you people out there who are famous that you guys gotta stop acting so dumb. Now, I'm not saying all celebrities are dumb and acting crazy, because there's a great deal that's smart, but Kels, come on now. What you doing? So I read in the article that, you know, once he met this girl, and you know, she used to, she sings, she's trying to get in the singing career, her parents are all for it, and you know, she meets R. Kelly backstage and say, oh, okay, let me take you on tour. Parents of that missing child, I would go with her. I would have gone with her to check things out, because, you know, R. Kelly has some things on him, you know. So I would have followed the girl to make sure things was legit. So I've read, again, in the article, and there's some audio of it, that articles say that, you know, she's not missing. She wants to be with R. Kelly, which is great. You can't, you know, if they fall in love, you can't stop love. But step in the name of love. Yes, that song. I love that song. But anyway, she is with R. Kelly per se, that, you know, she lived in one of R. Kelly's Atlanta homes. He has 2 properties here in Atlanta that he rents out, and she's probably living in one of them. So she's not missing, but it's kind of confusing. It's giving people the wrong vibe, because he's just turned 50 in January, and this girl's like 19. So it's just, it sets a flag off, because even though she she passed her grown-up mark is still kind of wrong, because if you're 50 and you're dating a 19-year-old, I'm not saying that they are dating, but it's a little bit funny. It's a little bit weird that they're doing that. And it's just kind of weird that they're doing it. But R. Kelly, what you doing, man? That's all I have to say. So, the next thing is Ballers is coming back next week. I believe July 23rd or 27th. Ballers starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Expect more for the Lucas Chat podcast on that's coming soon, because we're going to be reviewing that after the first episode comes out and we see it. We're going to be reviewing it right here on the Weekend Show Season 10, and of course on the Lucas Chat Podcast Season 8. So all these new seasons, I'm so excited. So hopefully you guys have been enjoying the show thus far. New anime I want to talk to you guys about before we close out here is Resident Evil Vendetta. Resident Evil Vendetta has came out last month, I want to believe. It is on the... it will be out for the K.L.P network coming soon for the future anime. I've seen the movie. It's fantastic. Great anime style. I'm really glad that they pulled more characters like Leon and Chris. I would have liked to see more characters like Helena and Jake and Cherry, you know, all from the Resident Evil 6 and Resident Evil 5. I would have liked to see more of them, because those are good characters too. But check it out, Resident Evil's Vendetta. Of course, you're going through the story. Of course, the main guy, his Gabriel Aries, I believe that's his name, and he gets married, and his wife dies through a bombing because the government was going after him, and now he's using bioterrorism to destroy New York. So Resident Evil Vendetta, very straightforward storyline, but the anime style is really good, and once you see it, you guys will know what I mean. The anime style is really, really good. Really, really good. They worked really, really hard on that. And Capcom, you did a great kick-ass job of that. Of course, stay tuned. This weekend, Gaming Bros, we're coming back. We're going to be playing Star Wars Battlefront 1. So go check that out in celebration of the new installment of Battlefront 2. So hopefully you guys are ready for that as well. So that'll do it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed Season 9 finale. We had a lot to talk about on today's show, and I really do like it when we have a lot to talk about. Please be sure to like and comment and subscribe to K.L.P Entertainment if you're new. Please check out all the social media's accounts below, all of it, such as Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, etc. Follow all of the social medias in the comments section below. This has been Kennedy Lucas, the Weekend Show Season 9 finale. I'm Kennedy Lucas. See you next season. Every fucking time. Every time I do that, wait, fucking cutting the grass. Damn. Okay.